About 1.1 billion years ago, North America began to spread apart along a rift that extended from what is now Lake Superior all the way to Kansas. A deep source basaltic lava that poured out of this rift formed virtually all of the bedrock of the North Shore. Removal of lava from beneath what is now Lake Superior caused flows to tilt to the southeast. Spectacular examples of these lava flows are Palisade Head and Shovel Point. These are made of rhyolite, a light-colored volcanic rock that contrasts with the more common dark basalt along the rest of the shore. Voyageur National Park is Minnesota's only national park, a realm of more than 30 lakes and 900 islands, and spans a stretch of the U.S.-Canada border. 1/3 of this national park is covered in water, mostly being contained in 4 large lakes: Rainy, Cabotagoma, Namakan, and Sandy Point. This park can only be reached by boat and motors are banned. If you bring in a boat at all, you are going to want a tour ride instead. The lake has an extremely shallow bottom, covered in large rocks and gravel. Established in 1979 to preserve an outstanding example of the North Shore Highlands biocultural region, the 9,346 acres of Tetagooch State Park contains a unique combination of natural features. Rugged, semi-mountainous terrain, 1 mile of Lake Superior shoreline, 6 inland lakes, cascading rivers and waterfalls, and an undisturbed northern hardwood forest. Tetagooch State Park is located 58 miles north of Duluth and holds a great bit of Lake Superior geology. The landscape owes its characteristics to the erosion of bedrock by running water, glaciers, and especially to the glacial excavation of the Lake Superior Basin. Glacial action results in thin soils and multiple outcroppings. The North Shore drainage pattern is one of the short, steep rivers with many waterfalls and deeply eroded gorges. The geological makeup of Jaycook State Park is one of slate, graywacke, and red clay. The St. Louis River, Lake Superior's largest U.S. tributary, has exposed the bedrock in many places. Slate beds were formed from original layers of mud and sand, which were deposited in a sea that occupied this area 1.9 billion years ago. These thick deposits compacted into shale and graywacke. Heat, pressure, and earth movement converted the deeply buried shale into slate. Underground pressure from the south caused the slate and graywacke beds to fold and fracture, giving the tidal character of these rocks seen all along the riverbed upstream from Oldenburg Point. Later, about 1.1 billion years ago, molten rock was forced into fractures in the beds, and they cooled. These intrusions formed dikes, which can be seen along the riverbed today. The Sioux Quartzite rock was formed on the bottom of an ancient sea. Vast quantities of sand were deposited on this ancient sea floor. Ripple marks of this sandy, watery origin have been preserved and can be seen along many of the park's rock outcrops. Sandstone was formed from the further accumulation and weight of sand water. Through time, heat and chemical reactions transformed the sandstone into a very hard quartzite. The pink to purplish color in the quartzite is due to the presence of iron oxide. Glaciers have been the most recent geological event to shape the landscape in the last 2 million years. Glacial striations and scratches gouged into rock when loose rocks were dragged across the bedrock can be seen along the rock outcrops near the cliff line. Retreating glaciers buried the surrounding bedrock with a glacial drift of rock, sand, and gravel, 200 to 300 feet deep. Camden lies in an area of southwestern Minnesota called Plateau des Prairies, which means highland of the prairie. It is a high plateau that rises 900 feet at its summit. During the last ice age, glaciers covered the shale and sandstone bedrock of this area with layers of mixed rock, gravel, sand clay, which together are known as till. Where the glaciers ended their advance or held steady, the till piled up into long, high ridges called moraines. Camden lies atop the Altamont Moraine, the second highest and most eastern moraine in the plateau. Not all of the topography in this park is a direct result of glacial activity. The Redwood River Valley has formed after glaciers had receded water draining and flowing off the land cut it into till and carved out the Redwood River Valley. Glacial Lake State Park is located in western Minnesota in a geological area commonly known as Leaf Hills. This region is a 10 to 19 mile wide band of glacial hills unlike any other in the state, extending from Detroit Lakes to Willmar. As glacial ice advanced southward, hills and bluffs were sheared off down to the bedrock. When the ice retreated, it deposited the rocks, gravel, and dirt once suspended within it. Thank you for listening.